So you've just picked up a Tank 300. First off, congratulations. You've got your hands on an underrated beast of a 4x4.
Whoa!
But now what? What upgrades should you be thinking about first? Today we're diving into everything from essential upgrades to the wildest mods you can do to your Tank 300. And we've got a special treat for you. Byron from Savage Off-Road is here to help. With years of experience designing, testing and selling aftermarket parts for the Tank 300, he's the go-to expert on what'll take your tank to the next level. Also joining us today is David Smith, owner of a brand new stock Tank 300. Byron's going to walk David through all the options, helping him unlock the full potential of his brand new rig. So whether you're just getting started or you're ready to go all in on mods, stick with us as we break down everything you need to know about upgrading your Tank 300 to the ultimate off-roader.
Hey, I'm Byron from Savage Off-Road and we're here with Dave.
And this is my tank.
And this is my tank. I convinced him to buy one. They're really capable in stock form. My Tank 300 is a little bit extreme. We'll run you through them now and have a look at what we're doing, eh? So this is our nitrogen suspension. It's a full external reservoir nitrogen suspension. This is adjustable. Standard out of the box, it's 2.5-inch lift. Okay, you can wind it back to 2 inches if you wanted it to, or we do have different spring options depending on what bull bar you're putting on, or you can also wind it up if you do want a higher height, so you can go to 3 inches. They're fully adjustable. We've got an electronic control in the vehicle that you just turn the knob and you can change the compression and it changes the ride quality. They are also rebound adjustable, which forces the wheel back up. So when you push it in, it comes out really fast. The dial inside adjusts the compression for your ride quality, and the rebound is also manually adjusted on the bottom of the shaft.
Why do you want it? Why would you want to change it? What circumstances?
Well,
would you
it just
alter
depends
for?
on whether you're towing. It depends on what you're doing with the vehicle. So sometimes when you go off-road, like yesterday when I hit beer o'clock, I wound the rebound right down on Rico's car because it was adjustable. Yeah.
Yep.
So the reason I did that was when I knew that I was going to be giving it a good go up there in Rico's car with his 32-inch AT tyres. I said to Jesse, I said, mate, I'm just going to jump out and quickly just change the rebound and slow it down, so that what happens is when you're going up there, it doesn't just bounce off. So you want to,
you don't want the lift
you don't
to
want
get...
to be a pogo stick. Otherwise, when we're flying up that hill, if you hit it really hard and the rebound's really strong, it'll literally just bounce off.
You've got that step, and then that's when they're bouncing back.
Exactly, so you don't want to bounce off. So I try to slow the rebound down just so that we can get a bit more traction and
dampens the...
Yeah, correct. So that's what I just made a couple of adjustments just to see how we got up. And I mean, I'm hoping it worked because we got up on a fairly stock vehicle just with a 2-inch lift.
We made it! See? Told you no problem.
Well done, well done. Good ride.
What are these? Are you going to the highway or are you going to the bush, mate? We didn't have any issues getting up any of the obstacles with these 35-inch tyres. The bull bar is a really good thing. As you can see, my body kit has copped a lot of hits everywhere, but that's okay because next year I'm probably going to put our front bar on this.
Ooh, this is nice!
Bash plates. You don't want to be putting a hole through your gearbox. Definitely get bash plates. Recovery points. They are one of the most important things when you get into a sticky situation. The tow bar receiver. You know what everyone's been talking about though?
No.
This. So you know there's a cap behind there and there's 4 bolts?
Yeah.
Now the problem with that is a lot of them are trying to just put ones in here. But that's only on one side and you're relying on the 4 bolts to just go through and a piece of plate here with 4 bolts to hold it. So when you recover or anything off that, you're gonna shear those bolts out. This tow bar we sell It's a U, so it bolts around the rail, so it can't pull out, and your bolts are just there to hold it in place. So all the load goes into your rail and around the big steel bracket.
That'd be 1,000 times stronger than that.
1,000 times stronger. I wouldn't recover off anything off like those other ones. I wouldn't even tow off it. It's not rated for 2.5. It can't be, because you're just relying on 4 bolts. That's it. And it's gonna strip out, 100%. Give it to me for a day, I'll strip it out. So, the snorkel. My wife always goes, mate, what do you got a drain pipe on your car for?
2 reasons. They're good for dust.
Yep.
You get that little bit of extra height, so if you're in convoy stuff, you just get slightly less dust in it. And obviously for water, I'm not even sure where the air pickup is on the...
Yes, so the air pickup is down in here. I know everyone's got an air filter, but you don't want, when you're doing a long drive, to fill your air filter up full of dust, as your car won't breathe. No air, no power, no go. Snorkels help, and we've just developed this with Fabulous Fabrications. So they've helped us develop a snorkel that looks good on the Tank 300 with a custom airbox built in.
That's because you've got the larger turbo. No.
I'll show you quickly, I'll pop the bonnet. So full custom airbox.
Oh, very sexy.
Very nice.
Are you an LED light in there so it lights up at night?
I'm honestly wanting that, because I've got LED lights on this vehicle everywhere. So yeah, I definitely want to do that. It's definitely going to be lit up, 100%. It's happening, Dave, for you. You've got your lithium set up under here. Yeah, it's 105 amp hour lithium built in underneath. So that's running my fridge, all my lighting, even my boombox in the back. So like when I'm at the beach, I can have parties. That runs off my dual battery system, and all the hardcore off-road lighting, mate. Those are awesome. When you see me driving around last night, I was blinding everyone. We also got our upper control arms. Now that is required when lifting these vehicles more than 2 inches, and 2 inches is the legal limit in Queensland as well. A lot of complaints is, oh, but I want a tour. I want to go here around Australia. You know, they want to go up to the Cape, and they don't want to keep filling up because it's only got 80 litre tank from factory.
Yeah.
So we've got an additional 50 litre fuel tank in here. You've got your 2 fill points. So you've got your factory one, and then in here, surprisingly, did you know there's already...
It comes with a blank. It's ready to go.
We'll come around and have a look. Look over here. You got your factory one, but look at this. It's already got a section ready to go for it. And our long-range tank uses that cutout, right?
Yep.
And mounts in there. And then what happens is when you're driving out wherever you're going and you're running out of fuel, you can just press the button and it primes it into the factory tank, which is under the left-hand side.
Yep.
Now, yesterday, I used that to my advantage because I came here with full tank. By the time I was driving around, I sort of emptied the main tank.
Yep.
But because remember my rear right wheel was freewheeling and I wanted more traction here, so you know what I did?
Not transfer the fuel
I
across.
transferred the fuel from the rear to my left-hand corner to bring it down so that it got more traction. So I was priming whilst we were driving around. I'm just priming my fuel in to get more traction. How funny is that anyway? Now these integrate, they still allow you to have full clearance of the sunroof. Have you seen this? It doesn't alter the wind noise. Some of the platforms on the market, even we do a sunroof one that has a cutout for the sunroof, but when you open your sunroof, it changes the turbulence,
the
so you
pressure,
can hear the pressure, whereas that one doesn't change anything. You can still drive down the freeway with your sunroof open comfortably and have not any noise.
Well, what I like about that, I've seen a few people online have put aftermarket ones on and stuff, but they're sitting up. Like,
they sit up really high, yeah.
They're really, really high. And then
really
they
high.
Put their awnings and stuff on top, and they've lost about a foot.
I think, what would you say, like that's, you know, I think over that, you're probably only increasing it by an extra 30 mil. Yeah, I reckon maximum, so 20, 30 mil over the factory rails. What's happening is a lot of brands are not actually designing the platform, they're just getting a fitting kit and they're just making it adapted to the rails. Yeah, and it bolts on top, and then it increases your height, wind noise and everything. So I think this is a much better option, and because it replaces the factory rails, these are really strong. Yeah. This is our strongest platform we've got, and we rate this higher than any of our other platforms.
And it looks good.
And it looks good. I've got the full rack in here, so I've got my traction boards on here, so full tied down to there. You can still stack this up higher with more stuff if you want and tie stuff down. I've got the air compressor on the side. I've even got my 1500 watt inverter up here bolted to it. That's a shelving system, so the whole complete thing, and it bolts in, there's no modifications needed, it literally just bolts in.
Right in.
Yeah, so you don't need to use all the factory mounting
Well, I
points.
like the fact that it protects your windows, because once you start stacking stuff up high, you know, and off-road,
Yeah, you crack
get
windows.
stuff, you'd end up blowing a window out.
100%, so that was pretty cool. We've also got an electronic disconnect front sway bar. It allows the vehicle to comfortably pop its wheel up into the wheel well so that the sway bar is not fighting on the other side. Otherwise, what happens is it shoves your vehicle when you're trying to go off-road and it doesn't flex nicely. The sway bars give you more clearance. When you're going into big wombat holes, you get the droop and it goes down. The more droop you get, the more traction you get because you keep your wheels on the ground. I've got the quick release rack back bracket. These are so cool. To undo it, you unclip them, right? You pull the clips out. How ridiculous is this? So say if you're camping, I mean, this car's a bit high.
Do you want me to go to side?
No, I'll be right. One hand, look at that. Straight off, you can just clip it back on, and these actually pivot back down flat. So you undo the bolt and these just swing down flat. I've got a mount in my garage, so similar to that, bolted to the wall.
Yeah.
So when I pull it off, I don't have to leave it on the ground. I just go and put it on my garage wall mount. I had Simon in the car, and there was 4 of us, and there was some bits we were articulating, and because it was leaning this way and that awning up there,
It comes across over the
I
side of the
felt the
track.
difference
Yeah.
straight away. It was tilting me. Snapped it off and then went forward driving. This car's got a bigger intercooler, which helps with the Australian climate, bring the temperatures down when you're climbing obstacles off-road. We've also got a turbocharger if people want bigger power. Not everyone wants power, you know.
Because they drive pretty well
They
stock
drive
standard.
awesome.
They're beautiful
Like
on
they're
the highway.
so good, but I'm a bit of a rev head.
Yeah, I could tell.
So I come from a racing background. I like fast things, so I always want the more power, the better. So one of the biggest mods we've done to this would be the portal axles. Now the portal axles give you extra clearance underneath your wheels, 4 inches, and they're also reduction gears. So when you run bigger tires, it still drives like a normal vehicle. Now these are a prototype part, so we have been putting it through its paces at Glasshouse Mountains, Springs 4x4, making sure they're not going to break, and we have broken them. We've done this hill before without the portals. We are testing some R&D portals, and I've broken them twice. So we're going to have to go back to the drawing boards and see what's going on with them internally. Last time I snapped the axle shaft, so we upgraded the axle shaft, the half shaft. They seem strong, but I think the portals have let go on this hill number 3. But it was fun and it was worth it, and this is what Savage Tech Australia do. We test our products off-road. So now we're back to the drawing boards and making stronger gear sets for them so that they don't break next time. Next year, I'm probably going to put our rear bar on this with the tyre carrier. When you put bigger tyres on your car, you don't want your rear door sagging. What's going to happen is if you go and buy a 33-inch tyre and put it on there, your door's going to fall down. You don't want that, hey? So you don't want your door bending from a big tyre on the back. So what we do is we do a rear bar that has a tyre carrier built in so that it's integrated into the chassis rail. Now, because it's integrated in the chassis rail, it's super strong and it can take the load from the door. And it's all connected to your door, so it still opens as normal. So when you open your door and close it, it's fine. So hopefully those things help you decide what you need for your vehicle. But if you need anything, just feel free to touch base with us. We're here, happy to help. We love our cars, we come camping. We definitely don't do city driving. You can find us at savagetech.com.au. We are located in Loganholme, Queensland, sunny Australia.